All right, guys, so here we go. This is basically to show you uh, how to find cases that were filed 9 to 12 months ago. So I'm just going to go into Edit Search. And I'm going to show you my search criteria, right? So I did 2/21/2018 through 5/31/2018, and I selected a handful of counties. Now you can just do one county, that's fine. And then what we're going to get is that we want to go back in time 9 to 12 months, and we're looking for cases that most likely haven't settled yet, and much less, where the property hasn't sold yet. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm just going to look for that again. So instead of looking for most recent, I'm looking for stuff that's 9 to 12 months old, sometimes even longer. I mean, we hear cases where agents are getting listings of cases that were filed 2 years ago. Now, I know everyone that's an agent on this particular webinar and part of our membership, I know that most of you are always looking for the most recent lead, and that's fine. You should be doing that, and that's a good way to prospect. But also remember that there's also if you go back to say 9 to 12 months ago, no one's looking there. There's less competition, right? So here's one. This one right here. This one was last sold. You see there's a last sold comment here, column. Now we pulled this data from Zillow. So I got to put that out there. So if you don't get it from Zillow, we don't display it. But you can see here, this was sold in 2012. So this is a good one to get. Deselect all of these. So here, this is a good one to get. So this is September 20th, 2012. It hasn't sold yet. So most likely they're motivated to sell. This one was 2018, September of 2018, so that one sold. This one is December of 2018, that was sold. Sold, 2019. Let's see, here's one, November. Here we go, 1991. So that's a good one to save. Here's another one, 2015. You guys see what I'm doing here? I'm literally cherry picking all these filings from back, from 9 to 12 months ago. Here's 1971, guys. Compared to when it was filed on May 24th of 2018. The last sale date was in 1971. Guys, this is fantastic. I would definitely, like for San Francisco, so for example, this is for Robert, right? I would look this one up, and then, let's see here, why did that block it? Let's do that. That's strange. Do that. Here we go. Okay, so here, last sale date, 1971. Stephanie Matthews, she's in pro per. It means she's acting as her own attorney. Robert, write this down. This is a great lead for you. So PES 18301930. This is a fantastic lead. I would call up Stephanie and say, hey, what's going on? I obviously not in those words, but how can I help you? I noticed this, I noticed this person passed away, and you filed in 2018, back in May, and it still hasn't sold according to my records. Now, you might want to cross-reference this on MLS before you call them, okay? Because that's going to give you even more accurate information. So Robert, the question is, do you need a special kind of search profile, or can anyone do this because all the properties I was pulling had NA? No, anyone can do this, Robert. Anyone, any active member of ProbateData can do this. You just need to be patient, right? So look at all these NAs I got in here. I got all these NAs right here, right? But you see all these little golden nuggets in between. There's a lot of good stuff in here, 1995. Okay, so this is great, guys. So again, the way you find these little golden nuggets in the past is you do a search that goes back 9, 12 months, maybe even 18 months. Let me just do a new one for you guys. Hold on just a second, okay? Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to do a new one for you guys. So I'm going to do California again, and I'm going to do downtown LA. And I'm just going to do, I don't know, let's say 101, 2017. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm just kind of freestyling a little bit. And I'm going to do 131, 2017. So I'm going to do a month from like 2 years ago almost. I'm going to see what comes up. Now, in some counties, we have more history than others. So I think the average, like, it'd be safe to say for most of them, we have at least 2 years, maybe even three. But LA County, I know we go way back. So here we go. There's 267 entries, and here's what probably what you might see is last sold is going to have this show link. So you need to click it because we're pulling this in real time from Zillow. So I'm going to pull it, and sometimes it's NA, sometimes there's a sale date. Guys, look at this. I already found one. 1975. Boom. I would call them in a heartbeat. Here's another one. 1999. Let's show a couple more. And again, I'm just, this, you could do this on a Sunday afternoon with your cup of tea or coffee, whatever you're into, and just sit here and just click on these. Treat it like a little game. It's like, come on. It's almost like playing roulette, not roulette. What's the game? Slot machines. Just pushing the button, looking for something that looks interesting. Anything before 2015. Here you go, 1973. Boom. This is a lot of fun, guys. So why am I teaching you this? You know, obviously because there's a lot of business here if you're just patient enough and you follow my strategy. But secondly, with all the, here's another one. Whoa, 1996. With all the recent government shutdown that was caused with all the budget negotiations and whatnot, even though the superior courts were all this, state run, they get a lot of their budgets from the federal government. So with the federal government being shut down, all the budgeting and the allocating, all that got slowed down, and now all these courthouses, they're catching up because they didn't have their budgets approved. So there's a huge backlog and there's a slowdown, and they're just not getting caught up at the courthouse level. So that doesn't mean your business has to show down. You can just go. Here's another one, 2003. You can go back in time and just prospect and find these people and see how you can help them. Hey, I noticed you're filed in 2017 and it still hasn't sold according to my records. This one was last sold in 2003, and I checked the MLS, still hasn't sold. Is this something you want to sell now? All right, I'm going to do a few more and then we'll call it a day here. But you guys catch me here. Boom, another one, 1993. Okay, let's just see. I got a handful here, right? I'm going to export them out. I got 5, exactly 5. I got a spreadsheet now, and I can get to work. I can start prospecting where literally, I promise you, no one else is looking. Of all the agents we certify, of all the agents that are members and real estate investors that are members of ProbateData, I can tell you the only ones that are looking at these leads is going to be the people that are on this webinar right now. And even from those people, I don't think any of you or most of you are probably not from LA County. That maybe there's just 1 or 2 of you in LA County. But do more of this, guys. This is a lot of fun. These are good properties too. We got phone numbers on 3 out of 5. Just give them a call. We have the Zestimates here. 1.3 million, 2.6 million. So that's the big thing I want to show you guys is going back in time. Okay, let's see if there's any questions, and if there are no questions, then let's just call it a day. I wanted to keep my promise to you guys. This was a quick power gym in and out, and I want to make sure